make it a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
There we go. Hello, Steve-O. You wanted the intro played. We played the intro, man. How's it going, dude?
Well, you know, I'm not too well, but I'm just really happy that me and you are streaming right now to basically listen to you talk about an alternative draft that you're coming up with, which I'm really excited to hear. I'm also excited to share my latest team as well, which I'm actually genuinely really happy with. So, yeah.
Really happy with? Yeah. Wow, how many times have we heard that this pre-season? I'm genuinely really happy with it, but it won't be my team for game week 1. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Steve-O, if you don't mind him, he's just got COVID. All right, so just go easy on him, chat. He doesn't know any better. All right, he may make some crazy decisions at FPL over the next few weeks. FPL Harry, thank you for coming. Oh, a member for 5 months. He's
5 months.
5 months. FPL Harry, yo to you, and Firetog for 33 months. I'm in 11 elite leagues, and I intend on winning at least 9 of them. One is a team with brew and 1 life, so no chance of a win there. Well, Firetog, not with that attitude, no. But Harry, man, thank you ever so much, and thank you guys for the support. The ongoing support is much appreciated, and the Discord is hotting up, Steve-O. There's rivalries brewing already, and we're not even.
Oh yeah, actually, reminds me, Harry. If you want to be part of the members league next year, just go into our Discord and you pinned the code,
yes.
Didn't you, Jace?
Yeah, just make sure your Discord's got your YouTube connected, and you'll be able to access the member channel, and the code's in there. It's pinned, so take a few seconds, you'll be able to get the code.
So Firetog, that's another league you're not winning.
And also at the end of the stream, I'll also put it on the members feed on YouTube, so everyone can.
Yes.
Yeah. As a secondary place. But we'd love to have you join the members league, of course. But yeah, Steve-O, so you got a bit of the COVID then.
Yeah.
Is it affecting your FPL decisions, or you just
no?
Because obviously last time I spoke to you, you seemed pretty convinced that you were going to stick with the Salah draft, and now you're saying to me that the team that you've got at the moment doesn't have a minute.
No, because I said on a members video on Monday, I think it was, that
I think the COVID's game.
I have to get a team with 2 premium players in it. So I want to get either Son or Salah along with Haaland. But this team has got Son and Haaland.
Well, I don't know. I'm going in opposite direction. I'm excited because we're going in opposite directions here. Denver, member for 18 months. Hi, Jason, Steve-O. Don't mention Nunes. What's going on with Nunes? I'm seeing loads of people talking about Nunes.
Liverpool won 4 or 5-0 and Nunes scored 4 goals.
I was in meetings, so I didn't watch the game.
Dale's loving it. He thinks that he's going to be a great option. No, he's not.
Sounds like a trap.
He's what? I think he's 9 million.
I mean, if you guys all want to get him in, feel free. But
I'm not.
That's almost like me going for Sancho.
Well, I just think that
Malacia and Sancho game week 1 in my team. Thoughts on that, Steve-O?
who's Malacia?
Malacia, Rashford and Sancho in my team game week 1.
I've no idea even know who Malacia
Malacia is the left back. Recently
Right,
signed.
okay. For you, for Man
Yeah,
United.
on corners. Looks lively.
Well, I was part of. I was listening in to a hangout discussion with the guys with Firetal, One Life Soccer, Podner, Dread was there, Paulie. There was a couple of others as well. I apologise for not mentioning you, but they were having a wonderful discussion about their selection choices, and a lot of it was surrounding about premium defenders and going big at the back and making sure to get in those. Let's get real here. The big ones like Trent, Cancelo. If you want to go down the Chelsea route, which one out of James and Chilwell was fascinating. Then where's the value in the midfield and the forwards? And I just think there's a lot of safety options so far that we can go with to start with, and then if something does fail, for instance, if Saka or Foden look like they're not on it, just bring in someone else that looks like they are going to be. Like Rashford as a prime example, you can easily drop.
To be honest, Rashford has not been looking that great at all in pre-season. He has scored, but out of all, like from a Man United point of view, like no one's really looking at Man United, right, as a viable option for starting game week 1, any of their players. But if I was, I did like the look of Malacia. I did like the look of Sancho. I think he looks a completely different player playing down that right-hand side under Ten Hag. And I think that he could certainly have a good season. I definitely think he can. But, it depends how ballsy you want to be, how risky you want to be game week 1. I mean, lots of people have got similar teams. Like we all know that right now, Salah's probably not as highly owned as what we expect him to be, but close we get to game week 1, as soon as we get towards like the game day, we're going to see Salah's ownership spike because people are just going to brick it and they're going to go back to Salah again. That's what's going to happen.
One Life Soccer asked the question in the Hangouts. He said, "Look, which player or players?"
Sorry, Martial as well. Good point, Lost Guy. I was saying it before we went live on the stream. Obviously, Martial as well. It's kind of looking again. I don't want to get. The thing is, I don't want to get carried away because Man United have done this before. The start of last season. In my opinion, there was excitement and it just faded away quite quickly and they all turned to crap. So I'm gonna be quite level-headed and I'm not gonna get excited, but I may start with 3 Man United players game week 1. Sorry, carry on.
No, One Life Soccer simply asked the question, look, which player or players are you worried not owning like game week 1, the first few game weeks? And I just
Robertson.
Said, really? For you, Robertson?
Salah, probably.
Yeah, Salah's the one for me.
Harry Kane.
Kane?
Yeah, I think Kane over Haaland.
It was only the other day you were saying that Haaland could be amazing this year.
He could be, but I don't know if he'll be straight off the bat amazing. I think we could be falling into this trap of just getting him in without seeing him.
I don't know about that.
And also, is he going to be starting every game?
Yes.
Question marks over fitness, question marks over an old injury, recurrence, not taking it, not giving him all the minutes, but maybe easing him in as the season starts.
The more information that comes out about Haaland towards the start of the season, the more it'll be a case for me where it's, okay, well, if Haaland doesn't look like he's going to start, I'd just have Harry Kane instead, even though I hate him. But
not Son?
Well, I've already got him.
Son, Salah and Kane, or would you not go with Salah?
No, I wouldn't have Salah. I've got the 3 of Diaz, Robertson and Trent.
Right, okay. Not interested in Zinchenko?
Zinchenko's in my team now, but he doesn't look like, because I asked the question in the Hangouts, like, what's the likelihood of him starting the season? They all categorically said no chance. So unfortunately, I've got to get rid of Zinchenko, but I think he could be amazing once he gets that starting berth at Arsenal. So it's looking for a player that's 5 or 5, because I've got 0.5 in the bank at the moment. So it's looking for that 5.5 defender. I'm trying to work out how to get the 6 million to bring in Reece James, which means my back 5 would be Trent, Robertson.
Problem with Martial is he's a striker, isn't he?
Martial's a striker, yeah.
But he's.
Yeah.
I'm tempted.
I'm just waiting for their fixtures to swing on Man United.
Well, okay. I mean, the fixtures are pretty good. I mean, bar Liverpool, their first 4 are beautiful. I mean, you got Brighton, Brentford, and Southampton. Okay, admittedly, Brentford away, Southampton away, but I would say that there's goals in those games. I would say there's goals against Liverpool, to be honest.
But you're backing it. Well, I'm stating the obvious, but you're backing against.
We'll score goals. We'll score goals. We won't keep clean sheets, but we'll score goals.
Brighton's a tough fixture. Brentford away is a tough fixture. Southampton's probably the easiest one of the 4.
No.
Start with.
Not tough. No, it'll be men versus boys, mate. You wait and see. Martial, hat trick. Steve-O, rage stream Sunday evening. Smashing fists against the wall. See, guys, there's a reason, right? There's a reason why there's coats hanging up in the background on the door. It's not because of the fact that there's a clothes hook. It's because there's actually holes behind those coats. You can actually see into the corridor behind where he's put his fist through every time one of my captains or one of my players have outscored his premium. No, but in all seriousness, Martial is looking quite tasty. That I don't know if you saw the highlights, but God, my brain's just gone blank. Who did we play just the other day? Oh, who was it? Help me out.
I don't watch the friendly, so I can't really.
Chat, help me out. Who we played? I can't. My mind literally has gone blank. But he took the ball down absolutely perfectly. Just took it out of the sky. And Palace. That's it. Of course, it was Crystal Palace. And that was in the build-up to... So basically, that was in the build-up where Van der Beek squared it to Rashford. It was just absolutely sublime. The skill, like, just... He reminds me of Berbatov. Like, he's not necessarily that energetic as a player. He's got fitness, but he's not like, he doesn't carry himself as like running around probably as other like sort of pressing players out there. But certainly the skill wise, he reminds me of Berbatov. The fact that he can do the things he can do at his feet. Thank you, guys. I just want to read what the chat are saying. Who will start as right back for Arsenal? Have you got any Arsenal fans in the chat?
Well, Joe Nicholson is actually saying that Zinchenko will probably start the season in that midfield role. They think that maybe Xhaka could be the one to move way for Zinchenko. Tommy asked if it could be Cedric that starts for Arsenal.
Oh my God, Cedric! Do you remember him? I think 5 or 6 years ago, I may have had him in my team.
To be fair, he didn't do too bad for Arsenal when he did play. It's not too bad of a backup. He did very well for Southampton. So I think that with Arsenal's opening fixtures as well, I'm all in on I'm just going with these fixtures to start with. And like I say, you can just easily downgrade if like these teams like...
Oh, wow. Shakalaka Mekaleka has donated 35 South African Rand, I believe.
Oh, wow, thank you.
He says in the chat, if Nunes can be a tapping merchant with 20 plus goals in the seat... Oh, come on. Nunes 20 plus goals in a season. Would that make that the third Liverpool spot exciting? Yeah, it would make the third Liverpool spot exciting. I mean, it's going to be Trent, Nunes, Salah, innit? Like,
well, it depends then, of course, what Diaz doesn't do or Salah doesn't do. That's what you got to look at. And then if Robertson and Trent aren't performing to the standards that we're used to, do we then look at Nunes, who's scoring for fun, and Trent and Robertson are doing nothing, or Diaz and Salah are doing nothing?
Hector Bellerin is still around at Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah, but he'll be sold.
I thought he was out loan or something. I've not seen him for so long.
He was out on loan, and then he was brought back. So now he's just training with Arsenal. I'm only basing this on what Dan told me the other day. But yeah, he's just training with Arsenal, but he'll be gone soon, at some point this particular afternoon. But
this Nunes, I didn't see that. I hadn't seen the highlights. I've not seen the game. People are going on. Do you see him as a real alternative to Diaz?
I see him as an alternative to Diaz, yeah, definitely. But 9 million. Are there other strikers out there that can bring in exactly the same returns as him?
He's a striker? Know.
Yes, he's classified as a striker.
How do you spell his name?
It's Nunes. Darwin, sorry. It's Darwin in the game.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, 9 million. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Shame that.
Yeah, we've got to remember these are only friendlies. I will say...
A bit rich for my blood.
Kevin De Bruyne in the friendly against whoever it was, scoring 2 beautiful goals. I mean, the first goal was sublime, and he looked really good. I mean, he looked like he was playing in the Champions League final the way he was. But he's a world-class player at the end of the day. The one player I'm kind of like still kind of waiting on that fitness issues is, as you mentioned, Haaland. If it turns out that, look, he ain't going to be fit for the start of the season, then he will be. He'll be fine. But if Pep categorically comes out and says he ain't going to be ready, then I don't need to bring him in, and I'll have Salah in. I'll have Salah and Son to start the season with, because I'm
what 4.5. What 4.5 goalkeeper? Sorry to butt in. What 4.5 goalkeeper are people going for at the moment?
Predominantly Raya.
Yeah, Sanchez. Let's go for Sanchez.
Raya, Sanchez, one of the two.
Right.
And then Pickford. We had a caller on, didn't we, the other day? Went with Pickford, which was a really good option. Obviously, Nuke Adams was talking to you about Sancho and what an option he could be. So, yeah, there's not much in that price range. I'm really happy with. I mean, Brentford. It's going to be really interesting to see what Brentford do next year. Are they going to have the typical second season syndrome, or are they actually going to push on? Is Tony going to, because he's now had a season behind him in the Premier League, is he going to, improve next year? It's going to be really interesting to see, because Tony's in my team now.
Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you have gone down with COVID, haven't you?
Brentford's fixtures are really good. Really good.
Okay.
From game week 1 up to game week 15. Really good fixtures where Tony can get some really good returns. But again, he's 7 million.
He could.
And with that 0.5...
But for 7 million, you could also get Martial. Would you say Tony's a better... Would you say Tony's a better pick than Martial?
It depends what Martial turns up. Is the Martial from 2 seasons ago? The answer is no. And as it stands right now, I would be taking Tony over the fact that we know what Brentford are capable of, whereas Man United, new manager, they were absolutely useless last year.
Last year? That's last year, mate.
Well, yeah, but this Ten Hag has to turn it all around and everything. And
well, don't write us off.
Their fixtures to start with.
They're not that bad. The fixtures aren't that bad at all.
I say Brighton at home, Brentford away, Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester. Like you say, you can score goals, but so can Brentford.
Tuat Meslier is not a bad shout, Karma. You know what? That's not a bad shout. He's going to get a lot of saves.
Though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's going to get saves.
Yeah,
he's going to get the saves. I mean, I'm bringing in Meslier for the saves. I'm not bringing him in for the clean sheets.
Of course not, no. And even he is like a genuine, even for me, is a possibility. I mean, their fixtures on their tracker is looking really good. Even I may consider, in fact, you know what? I may just fight to hell with it. I may just do it now.
What, Meslier?
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Bring him in.
So you've already changed your team already, Steve-O? So why don't you post your team in the team screenshots then, so that we can bring it up.
I'll pull up the team which.
Yeah. Just put it in the team screenshots, and I'm gonna just work out my remaining players that I'm gonna have in, because I'm running on a bit of a budget now. Kane's cheaper than Son, isn't he?
Only by 0.5.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have Kane in instead. Wilson can go bye-bye.
Team has just been posted.
This team is looking a lot different to my other one. A lot different. It's been posted. Okay, well I'll get your team up on the screen whilst I'm.
Brentford has signed Ben Mee. I've just seen this from Newcastle. Is that true? Wow. Let me just Google that. Wow. Ben Mee's gone to
Wasn't Dwight McNeil looking to leave Burnley as well?
Yeah, they're all I don't know, he looks quite happy in the training videos, to be fair. Cornet though looks like a miserable, he just looks like he wants to get out.
Well, he's at Burnley, isn't he?
Yeah. It's funny, I'm now quite excited next year.
Right, your team's up on the screen.
Yeah, he's gone to Brentford.
You can critique Steve-O's team, ladies and gentlemen, whilst I...
The only, like I say, what we're looking at here, what I like about it is the fact that I've got the two premiums in Son and Haaland, and they're swapping and changing for captaincy. It's pretty good. You know, Son game week 1, Haaland game week 2, game week 3, depending on what the form of Haaland is. Away at Newcastle, great fixture. Game week 4, you've then got Son away at Nottingham Forest, or again, even Man City at home to Crystal Palace. Gorgeous fixture. At least I've got that decision to make. Spurs away at West Ham, and then Man City at home to Nottingham Forest.
Question, Cucurella. Looking at him?
If he eventually signs for Man City, I could turn Tomiyasu into Cucurella, yeah.
Right, okay.
Definitely.
So you've gone with Tomiyasu at the moment?
As it stands, yeah. But if Zinchenko, if Joe Nicholson's right and he believes that Zinchenko is a guaranteed starter for Arsenal, I think that's gold dust.
I do want to say that if you do want to come up and talk, you want us to go over your team, you're going to have to come on air. You need to come into Discord. You need to go into the waiting room. That's the only circumstances we're going to go over your team. And how does one do that, Steve-O?
By just simply going into the Discord, and on the left-hand side of the screen, there is an option which says, there's a menu, just says waiting room, and you just jump in there.
Just jump in there.
Drag you on. It's like I said on the members video the other day, you've got like Niraj here saying, but you got no Salah, but last week when we
did... Who cares?
Exactly. Then last week, Niraj then was contradicting himself by saying, well, hold on a minute here. Actually, we can't predict the future. Well, precisely.
Sterling.
You know,
Sterling.
He's another one that could, blow out the water. The like Saka, Diaz, Foden, and so on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wait and sees. I just love Fire.
There is a little wait and sees.
Firetog's approach of just, the first 1 or 2 game weeks, you want to go with those proven players.
Mount?
He's a great option. Option.
I think I've got the balance on my team now, and I'll share it in a moment. But looking at your team, so we bring it up: Raya in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. You got the back two there with Three full-backs for Liverpool. Zinchenko, Cancelo, Tomiyasu. You've got the two... Well, you've got Zinchenko, which will look maybe switch to... Tomiyasu's Cucurella, wouldn't it? So Zinchenko's a wait and see, isn't it, for you?
Yeah. Because the deal, I believe the deal is actually done. We've still got, 2 weeks until the
Diaz,
season kicks.
Son, Saka. I don't like Saka.
Why? How can you not like Saka? He's everything Arsenal are about. Everything goes through him. He's first player on my team sheet.
First player on your team sheet?
Oh, yes. Along with Trent and Robertson.
I'd have Rashford over Saka.
Shut up. That's just bias.
Yeah, it is bias, yeah.
Last year, 11 goals, 9 assists. He's only going to get better this year.
Maybe.
There's no maybe about it. He will. He's what?
8 million.
23?
Martinelli's better than him.
He may be a better player, but no.
0.5 out. Damn it. Oh, I'm going to have to go Neto, aren't I?
Or is this 0.5 out of the perfect team?
Not the perfect team. There's no such thing as a perfect team. But I've done my team. But yeah, Tony, I think you're mad. I think you're stupid having Tony in your team.
He's a goal scorer.
For Brentford, yeah.
Everything goes through Tony. Everything goes through Tony at Brentford.
Nah.
What was it that Dreadwolf says? The talisman theory.
You lost your mind.
That's true. Actually, Paulie, you may as well put Jesus in there. So
what do you think of this? What do you think of this team, chat? Steve-O? What do you think of this powerhouse of a team? You ready? So Meslier in goal, right? With a back three, so we have a 3-4-3 formation.
3-4-3.
Meslier, Trent, Cancelo, Dalot. Yeah, you heard it right. Foden, Mount, Diaz, Maddison, Kane, Captain, Jesus, and Martial. I like this team. I like this team.
That's Cage Pap's extreme differential team.
This is not an extreme differential team.
I don't think anybody owns...
Bailey's not a bad shot, you know.
I mean, it's like Harbour, like so.
Go on, critique it. Go on, tell me what.
It's a Cage Paps in the members chat said that I'm considering 50 to 70% differential squad, which is what yours is, and if it doesn't pay off, I still have some template picks.
But look at my bench. Look at my bench. Look how strong it is.
Who is it?
Tomiyasu, Nico Williams, Bailey.
Bailey. I know there's FPL Bailey here now in chat.
Alan Yatirian says donated $4.99 through Super Chat and he just wants his team read out. Salah, Alisson, Walker, Trippier, James. Right, okay, so let's just break it down. Alisson in goal. Alisson. Steve-O. Price point? Was he 5.5?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Decent. What's going on here? Is the stream lagging for anyone? Let me know if the stream's lagging. Alisson, Walker. Walker's an interesting one. Obviously, if Cucurella comes in, would you keep Walker?
But the thing is, you've got to remember with us all is that we've all got three wild cards this year. My plan is to just because are you aware that Sai is planning to wildcard in game week 2? And there are people that are thinking of doing the same.
Why is the stream lagging? I don't get this. Why is the stream lagging? I don't know, guys. I don't know why it's lagging.
You're the expert. You're the only one that will know.
Maybe I don't know. Let me turn off my VPN. Maybe that will do the job. Give me a second.
Maybe the systems broke down with your bizarre team that you've just put together.
Maybe, but I'm just going to turn off my VPN. Get going again. No. Okay, reconnection successful. Are we back? Are we back, chat? Are we back? Where's Steve-O gone?
As Paulie says, if you want to join the Discord, more FPL discussion. When the stream stops, the Discord pops.
Yeah, absolutely. Not loading now. Is it okay now, guys? The stream okay? I just had to restart my VPN. The VPN may have caused that issue. Okay, so talking about the team via Alan Yatarian saying Alisson in goal, yes. Walker, question mark. Trippier, someone I thought was a good pick. Newcastle.
I don't think Walker's a question mark. I think he's a perfectly good pick, but the question mark is when does he lose his spot to whoever? Like, I'm assuming it's Cucurella that's coming in.
Yeah.
When
it won't be straight away, I would imagine. It'll be
no.
a couple of games maybe you'll get. James, good pick. Obviously Chelsea attacking fullback. Trent goes without saying. Salah, most people with a brain in their head have got Salah in their team as a captain. As a no, what's the word, Steve-O? What I'm after? Like there's no like captaincy dilemma if you've got Salah in your team.
Yes. Yeah.
So no whereas like looking at my team now, I would argue I'm giving myself a captaincy dilemma. Even though I've got Kane in there, I've got options. But so Foden or Mahrez, I would go Foden personally. I think he's the sort of what is the favourite, I think, out of those two for Pep. Neto, meh. Haaland, again, people are excited over Haaland coming into the Premier League in Man City, a team that's going to provide him lots of chances, and he puts his chances away. So, but he's obviously unproven in the Premier League, so there is that risk. It may take him a little while to get up to speed, or he may get eased in. Jesus, again, I would say for a lot of people, it's a pick because of the fixtures. Wouldn't necessarily say that his form at Man City was that good, but at Arsenal could be a completely different player. He didn't play the other day, did he, Steve-O?
Jesus, I don't know. Again, I don't follow any of the pre-season.
Watkins, good player. Frustrating player, but good player. Out of that team, personally, it would be the ones I'd be looking at are Watkins, maybe Haaland. See if you can get in a. It's got, for me, it's a question. Like, I would want. Maybe I would try and get in Son or Kane, and maybe instead of Haaland. That's just nitpicking now, really. It's a good team, but I think you can slightly improve it. But I think the majority of people will go Haaland. I think he's a solid pick. But when it comes to maybe Watkins, maybe Trippier, Walker, maybe Foden, you may be able to find better combinations. Steve-O, do you want to kind of go on to that?
Yeah, I am. Looking at the team here, I'm assuming it's going in as a 4-4-2 formation, or even a 3-4-3.
1, 2.
Benching Neto. 1, 2. Oh no, it'd be a 4-3-3. Sorry.
4-3-3.
Yeah. It's just Watkins, isn't it, that stands out. Other than that, I think is a perfectly fine team to go into game week 1. And as I keep stating, this whole thing about the fact that we've got this wild card there, like if it really does cock up. But I can't, honestly, I think that game week 1, a lot of people are going to have pretty similar scores. I think majority of the players that we're all worried about not owning are going to pretty much score virtually the same points.
What's
in
going
my
on here?
opinion.
What's this thing going on about ads on a live stream?
What's that? Sorry.
Apparently there are ads. I don't know, man. I don't touch the ads. Maybe because we reconnected. I don't know. Maybe it played an ad while we were reconnecting. I don't know. Yeah, I have to ask YouTube. This team. Okay, so basically they're ripping me apart. They're saying that this team looks very weak to me. Foden not been playing pre-season. I don't think you need to worry too much.
No, don't worry about that.
You need Salah, Jason says Nuclear Atoms. Here we go. So this is when the echo chamber starts to come out, and it's like, you must join us, the Salah owners, join us, like zombies. It's like zombies just crawling around FPL town. Join us.
In all seriousness, like, what do people think Salah's going to do against Fulham that, say, Son or Haaland couldn't do, or Kane can't do against their respective opponents? You know, it's not. I honestly don't think Salah is going to be getting a hat trick. I envisage a goal and an assist minimum. At worst case scenario, 2 goals and an assist. You know, that's realistically. Are Fulham going to get battered 4 or 5-0? Yeah, probably. But is Salah going to get all the attacking returns? No, because based on his performance towards the end of last season, the fact they've got so many more different attacking players and options there now, I think the goals and points will be spread across.
If Salah has scored the hat trick, would you be saying something differently now?
Well, you'd have to wait till the following day if Son, when Son gets his 2 goals and assists versus Southampton, because that is realistic as well.
So apparently ads are appearing every 10 minutes for Fire Talk. We'll look at it after this. I don't know what may be different this stream, but anyway, I'm sorry that
I'll put the stream up now in front of me, and we'll find out myself.
Well, thank you for your half a p. That's appreciated. Nunes scored 4. Okay. Salah did get a hat-trick once in Leeds in 2020. I do remember that in the opening game, and Fulham plays similar to like Leeds. Wow. You've justified it.
Son got, what was it, a hat-trick against Burnley at home, or whatever it was. And I went absolutely ape shit on stream.
And they've got a good history, haven't they, against Southampton, if my memory recalls. Kane. Tottenham.
I said on the members video that I'm actually realising, like, I'm an idiot, that I'm just going to be putting my bets on these players that I don't own. You know, I'm just going to do the old, well, here you go, here's 50p on Salah to score a hat-trick. I get a few quid back and still get the points for Son when he bangs in a hat-trick versus, who they call Southampton.
Yeah, it swings and roundabouts, I think, really. I don't think we need to get, like kind of hypothetically speaking, I mean, they could just cancel each other out. I would say, like, you know, this team I've got on the screen here is certainly not a team that I would have seen in the Discord team screenshots or the rate my teams around on FPL, because what would happen, Steve-O, if you posted this team onto a popular football forum, FPL forum, you'd be ripped to shreds, wouldn't you? You'd be like, there'd be the pitchforks and the flames would come out, and you'd be told to go back to the drawing board, surely.
Delot and Martial, you'd be told, and I'll tell you, they need to be. Man United need to show us what they've got first, because we know what Man City and Liverpool and Chelsea can bring. But the fact that you're putting faith into Man United in these opening fixtures, it's brave. If you're genuinely confident Man United can do something in the first 4 games, then
well, I think they can. Yes, I do. I do think they can, and at the price points that they are at the moment, I think they are an attractive differential pick over the common like boring ass pics that we're seeing posted day after day after day in on social media. I mean, it's getting a bit of an echo chamber, really, like it always does. And like, if someone does good in pre-season, you know, Marshall, people are jumping onto them. No, but like, there's safety picks, and then there's obviously going a little bit too far and almost going too risky. I would say that this is going too far. This is going too risky. The players I've got in this team.
Team, let's get real here. This team isn't going to be your team come game week 1.
What would you say if this was my team come game week 1?
Ballsy.
Yeah.
It's got a... Excuse me, hold on a minute. Let me cough. Carry on speaking. I need to cough.
Yeah, I mean, chat. I mean, there's not many people in the chat right now that would turn around and say, you know what, Jace, if you're going to go with that team game one, go on. Good luck to you. It's not a bad team. Most of them are pretty much going to start the games. You know, they've got an assist. They've got a goal in them. Most, like, all those players there, they've got a goal or an assist in them. Every single one of them. So it's not like I've just put in stupid picks, like, you know, like Declan Rice, you know, or Tyrone Mings. I've actually put in players that are going to still produce goals and assist.
They're all talisman to their teams. You know, you've got Maddison. Everything goes.
Well, there are players that stand out in the teams. Like, that's obviously Jesus at Arsenal. We haven't seen him yet, but Maddison, like you said, Diaz, standout player. Mount, standout player. Foden, standout player. Dalot, for me, standout defender. Cancelo, the same. Trent, the same. Meze is going to get you save points. Kane is a talisman they look for up front. Martial's going to be linking up with Rashford, you know, and Sanchez. He's been playing amazing in pre-season. He could be an absolute gem. He could be a gem that no one's thinking of right now. Jesus, for me, is I would say Jesus is even more for me, FPL wise, Jesus has been more I've owned Jesus more than I've owned Martial, and I've been very disappointed in Jesus in the past. So, like, is he worth the money? Is he worth picking? That's a question. But, you know, everyone in the chat, they were quick to say that's a shit team. You need to go back to the drawing board. You need to get Salah in your team. You can't go without Salah. Oh, heaven forbid you go without Salah and he blanks game week 1, and all the nutcases that have gone and captained the odd differential are going to be shooting up the league. Yeah, that's when everyone goes into hiding. And that's when you do a Sunday surgery and then no one's there talking about, you know, they failed at, you know, getting their captain right.
We're talking of Sunday surgery. Should we bring in some callers, Jace? Let's
go on then, drag him down.
We'll start with who shall we start with? Oh, we need to get on air ourselves.
Yeah, let's start with us. Let's start with us, shall we?
Start with us.
Let's go on air.
Let's start with a new member. Been a supporter of the show for quite a while. It's Dave
Lister. Dave Lister, crew member of the Red Dwarf, out in space in the mining ship Red Dwarf. How you doing, Dave? Are you on Starbug at the moment? You on Starbug, or are you on the Dwarf?
I'm on Starbug at the moment.
Rimmer's been behaving himself.
Of course. I'm here with the cat and crying. It's all good. The boys from the Dwarf.
The boys from the Dwarf. I love that show, man. How you doing, man?
I'm all good. I'm all good. I just want to say thank you for all the help you did over direct message to get me on Discord and all the old stuff. But yeah, it's all good.
It's not as hard as you think, is it? Like, it's once you get your head around it. I mean, Discord is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I've been listening to you guys for almost 3.5 years.
Blimey.
I'm sorry to hear that, mate.
But no, I just want to say thanks for all the streams. You guys are some of the best FPL stuff, live content providers out there.
I'm blushing. Thank you. Award winning.
Award winning.
Jace,
you won't be blushing when you look at Dave's team, because Dave, have you just been copying Jason's team off screen? That's...
No. I've been working on this for like about a week, and I just want your opinion.
I like it. It's good. I like the fact you've still got Salah in your team. You've got some differential picks. I mean, I think more people will flock into Cucurella once that deal is done. However, I like the Mount pick. I like Maddison. Thank you, Odin, for becoming a grassroots member. I appreciate it. And
last week, wasn't it?
Like you've got, yeah, he was the Norse god. No, Salah is obviously a player that most people are going to have. The fact that you've got no captaincy dilemma is nice. Right. I like it. I like the fact you've got Mount as your sort of differential with Maddison there. Maybe even Saka you can include. You've still got, I mean, it's a good team. The only thing I'll say is you've obviously got no funds to have any.
I've got no bench.
Tottenham. You've got no Tottenham in there. But then is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, who knows? I mean, they may not start the season as that strong, but
I've got to say I like both you guys not going for Salah, but I think the two things that scare me are not having Son and not having Kane. But I mean, you
can't have them all, can you?
Exactly.
It's not Pokemon.
You can't have Salah, you can't have Haaland, you can't have Kane and Sonny, and it's. I wish I could, but it's not enough money.
You can, but it decimates your team.
Yeah, you won't be able to have any premiums at the back. Right. You'd be budget.
And as Firetog makes the point that a lot of value does come from these premium defenders. What they can bring is just, well, quite literally could be double-figure points each week. That's how good they are. You've got the likes of Maddison, key player for Leicester, Mason Mount, everything goes through him at Chelsea. Salah, no comment. Saka's exactly the same thing. The thing is, though, is that you're going to be, and there's nothing wrong with this, perma-captaining Salah for every single game, I'm guessing.
Easy decision. Obviously, the notable omission I see, there's no Man United shirts in that team. Obviously,
so I want to. So as you can tell, I'm a City supporter, so I want to see how good they are this season. It's a wait and see. It's like Haaland. That's a wait and see, and I'm not convinced that Kane's going to be the striker. The highest striker. I think it's going to be Son. But again, it's another wait and see after pre-season training. You
think Kane will just be dropping deeper and just as the provider for Son? You think?
I think just with all the new players, everybody takes a bit of time to bed in, and you don't know who's going to be playing with who. Richarlison or Bissouma, whoever's come in. Everybody takes time to bed in.
And Kane will be playing every game.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty certain that
Kane will be he'll be the first name on it.
I think the new signings, I think Bissouma's probably the only one that's an absolute definite to start the season. All the others, like Perisic, he's a bit of a one to watch. I don't. I'll be completely transparent. I was listening to Planet FPL the other day, and they were talking about Tottenham and everything, and they were just saying that, look, with Perisic, there's lots of other options that Conte can start with, considering he hasn't had any pre-season. These players will become guaranteed starters by game week 6. It's like with Zinchenko, guaranteed starter by game week 6 for Arsenal. It's just that for game week 1, we need to have those absolute definites that are going to be playing, and the only downside in your team is Cucurella.
Yeah, that's a bit of a punt. So I just don't know what's going to happen with him.
That's a wait and see, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the punt thing. So I had a Wolves player in his place. What's his Norre? So I had a 4.5 Wolves player in replacement for Cucurella. So
Well, I said this on Hangouts earlier. The problem with Wolves is that they're brilliantly defensively, meaning that they don't concede many goals, but they concede like one goal, and you're kind of heavily relying on attacking returns. Like all their games either end 1-0 or 2-1 either way, basically. And Wolves' fixtures are phenomenal. I'm not going to pretend that they're not, but a lot of them shout out 1-0 either way, 2-1 either way. Whereas the likes of, say, with Newcastle, they have got that probability of keeping the clean sheet. So maybe it could be better off if you go with, for instance, a Newcastle 4.5 or even Trippier at 5 million with the guaranteed knowledge that he's going to start and have that set piece threat as well. Ahead of Cucurella, who you just know probably won't be playing the first few games for Man City.
Right. What do you think about everybody overlooking Bowen?
I think, unfortunately, and we're all to blame for this. I'm not going to sit here and pretend we're not. We're all just sheep following the same basic patterns. And the reason why no one's talking about Bowen is because no one else is talking about Bowen. And I think personally, I mean, they were talking about it in the Hangouts earlier on. And I think Bowen is a fabulous option to take, an 8.5 with their fixtures, apart from Man City, are gold dust. Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle, Everton. I think if anybody's able to, if someone like yourself or Jason that are willing to maybe go down the route of Mount and Maddison, I think it may be wise to maybe find that 0.5 to maybe bring in Bowen instead.
Bowen's not a bad shout.
Because in theory, you could downgrade Cucurella to a 4.5 and then that 0.5 then gets
Hang on,
you...
is he gone?
The answer is...
His laptop's died.
No
worries, Dave. No worries, Dave.
Well, anyway, if he's still continuing listening in, if you can find that 0.5, like I said, getting rid of Cucurella and bringing in Shah, for instance, or Byrne of Newcastle, and if you want to go down the Wolves route, Johnny is a simple example, Dred's best mate, and then put that 0.5 on someone like Saka, Mount or Maddison, if you really want Bowen in. It's great. It's a great option.
Yeah. Let's get through the callers, Steve-O, because
I think Mamdu has been waiting for a while. There's a new caller as well.
I've dragged him in. Mamdu, how's it going, man? Do?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Loud and clear, dude. How's it going, man? You right?
Yeah, I'm good. Doing good.
New listener, watcher of the show?
I've been watching you since last season, but I had some circumstances, so I couldn't.
Sorry to interject, Mamdu. Davey FPL, trust me, you will be getting your free McDonald's. Don't you worry about that, mate.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, basically made a bet that it was Davey FPL versus who was in the final of the Super Cup, Jace? I've completely forgotten. Anyway, Davey won. And we put up a Nando's versus a McDonald's. I thought it was Dara Brosnan.
Dara B, yeah.
Was it Dara B in the final?
Yeah.
It was. And Davey annoyingly won.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, but my nemesis.
Davey, we need to get you we need to get you on here again at some point, just to see how you're doing, buddy.
Yeah, just a chat.
Just to talk about Nunes, how he's a must-have all of a sudden. But yeah, Mamdo, I don't see your teams posted in the team screenshots, dude. What's going on? You've been waiting all that time. You had all that chance to post your team in the screen.
I did. Give me a second.
Or did you post it in the live? Did you post it in the Rate My Team? I bet you did that, didn't you?
A second.
Have you got a question, Mamdu, while we...
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Here's my team.
I'll just quickly go for the chat while Jason finds this.
Where are you posting it?
At Rate My Team.
Oh, in the wrong channel. In the wrong channel. Okay. Cool.
Everybody's doing the old "How's it, Davey? There's David.
Where should I post it then?
Oh no, it's fine. I've got it. We've got a channel above us called Team Screenshots. It's okay. It's hard to see sometimes. It's kind of hidden. Right. So Sanchez in goal, Tomiyasu, James, Cancelo, Robertson, Trent. I've seen that backline a few times. Mahrez and Salah. This is where it's different. So you're going with a 5-2-3.
Mm-hmm.
Mahrez, Salah,
Wow.
Undav, sorry, Jesus and Kane. Undav against United. You're hoping for another Maguire mistake.
Definitely United, new manager. But,
Did you just say
I'm
definitely?
Yeah, I'm betting on under for the first 8 game weeks because we have the wild card this season, unlike the previous seasons. So
What are their fixtures? What are their?
They have a really good run.
Brighton have got a really good run of fixtures,
But they can't score.
First 8. They can't score. They create a lot.
Yeah, exactly. They create a lot, but they don't score.
But yeah, because they didn't have that clinical finisher.
Well, and this guy's going to.
He's coming from the Belgian league, scoring 26 goals. I know, like Premier League is totally different.
Dennis Undav. So we've got Man United away first game. That'll be 2-0 Man United. You got Newcastle at home, West Ham away. That's not an easy game. So Newcastle at home. I wouldn't say that. I don't say that these are games where they're gonna have that many chances. To be honest, Leeds at home. Leeds and then Fulham are good. Leicester could be a 0-0. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. Yeah, the opening 8 fixtures are quite nice, and then you got Liverpool, Tottenham after that. But
yeah, at that price point, 5.5, most people are going with Neto from Wolverhampton Wolves, but I don't know why. Like they don't score any goals.
You're right. You're right. I completely agree.
His ownership is through the roof, and I have no idea why.
I completely agree.
How good? All right, you said did you say you've watched him in this Belgium league?
I didn't watch him, but I watched the preseason. He played last match. He scored a goal from outside the box. Great finish. Looks top.
Because I remember when a couple of seasons ago when Allaire joined West Ham, and we had I think it was David Hackinson came on, and he's banging on and on about him, saying he's going to get 20 goals for West Ham. I think he scored 1.
I think I had him, I think I got him in.
I wish that doesn't happen with Undav.
I think you've got to rip this team up and get the likes of Undav out.
Okay. But at that price point, 5.5, do you have any other options?
Well, have you thought about maybe changing the formation around? Are you that desperate to have 3 strikers?
No. It's okay. He can be a midfielder, but I can't find any 5.5 midfielder. Like we have Fornals from West Ham. He's a good option. We have
Mahrez is not a concern. No, think he's going to play every game, start every game.
Not every game. He will be subbed off, Pep.
But are you happy with that? Because obviously your bench is not looking that great.
Yeah, if he starts 5 of the first 8 games, I'm good. I'm happy.
It seems a bit of a headache, isn't it? Seems a bit of a headache. Like if he comes on and gets 1 point, is it really worth the 8 million?
Their matches are
Yeah.
The first 8 games, the fixtures are so easy, and they will score a lot. And Harry Kane for me is just for the first game until we see what happens with Haaland. So Mahrez is as I told you, if he plays 5, if he starts 5 of the next 8 matches, I'll be more than happy because I know he will. When he plays, he gets points.
You like Brighton? You've got both Sanchez and Undav. Were you not thinking maybe Meslier could be an alternative pick, or maybe Raya for Brentford with their fixtures?
Yeah. If I will change Sanchez, it will be definitely Raya, not anyone else. I'm just every here and go, I'm changing between them, and I can't choose between them. So
I wouldn't say Mahrez is nailed. I don't think he's nailed. I don't think that many players in that midfield are nailed other than De Bruyne.
Was it like Gabriel Jesus left and Sterling left,
Yeah.
and like Haaland will play most of the games. On the left side, there's Jack Grealish with Foden, and the right side there's Mahrez and sometimes Bernardo Silva. But Bernardo mostly he gets like he'll play in the midfield, I guess.
No,
So
I think
and Mahrez just he got a new contract, so I think he'll get some more minutes on the pitch.
I think, look, at the end of the day, if you're confident Mahrez is virtually going to start all give or take 75% of the opening fixtures, go for it. But seriously, what is the likelihood of you ending up with this formation?
5-2-3. I mean,
As I
it's
told
not
you,
a bad
if
team.
there is any other option other than Undav, even if it's like a midfielder, as I told you, we have Neto, and I'm not convinced with them at all. I don't know why people are getting him. Other options for 5.5 at the
There is none.
strikers, there is none at the forwards, but at the midfielders there is Fornals from West Ham, and there is Gray from Everton.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, have you ever done this formation before?
Yeah, and it did quite well last season. Like there's a great value in defenders,
Yes.
and like I have the best of the bunch. I have Trent, Robo, Cancelo, James. Like arguably they are the best 4 defenders in the game.
The only downside is that if this Undav just does nothing for Brighton, where do you go? If Mahrez doesn't start for Man City, we're pretty clear that Mahrez probably will be starting based on transfers out. But if Mahrez doesn't start, where do we go from there? It's just a transfer already waiting to happen. But I think, do you know what? Overall, Jace, I think it's a really solid team.
I mean, Undav, obviously, the fixtures are quite good. 5.5. You can make a solid point. To be honest with you, Mamdou. I mean, that makes sense. 5.5
is
is
any
not
other 5.5 better option,
no,
if in the midfield position.
No, there isn't. There isn't a better option. So I completely understand why you've gone with him. I wouldn't personally be probably playing a 5.5 striker, but it allows you to have the rest of your team that you've got. So, if your points are going to come in, if he just trickles those points in at 5.5, I think he'll be good per million. Points per million, I think he'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have 2 more questions before I leave.
Okay.
Do you have any other 4.5 midfielder, defender, who could be possibly better than Tomiyasu?
4.5. No, if you had 0.5, I would say like.
If you want to go Arsenal, it'd be Ben White, wouldn't it? Wolves, like I said, are solid enough defensively, but there's always that more than likely chance they can see that one goal. Newcastle, I think Newcastle could be great.
What do you think? If I had that 0.5 million, I would definitely go to cash.
You haven't got much. You haven't got much of a.
But I have another idea regarding
Botman.
No, not regarding the defenders. Regarding Riyad Mahrez. Now I'm thinking that if he will not be starting, what do you think if I can get Ederson in goal to cover Man City defense? Having Ederson with Cancelo.
Okay, you're not covering. You're just expanding on. So you've got Cancelo already.
Because they get clean sheets. I think they have more probability to get clean sheets more than Liverpool in the first 8, I think.
The Man City and Liverpool are both equal in clean sheets. They were talking about this on Hangouts earlier. There's going to be about 2 or 3 clean sheets in it between them two. They're freaks. It's the same with Chelsea. They're all roughly going to get the same amount of clean sheets each season. It's just what combination you have of each team. And I think that you covering the big ones in James, Cancelo and Liverpool is perfect. And I think that having that 4.5 goalkeeper, whether it's Sanchez, Raya, Meslier, Pickford, they're not going to be keeping clean sheets. They're just going to be getting the save points. It's just which of the four get the most save points. Ironically, it's probably Pickford or Meslier.
You're going with Meslier.
I think I've been persuaded tonight to go with Meslier, but only because Raya potentially may not be starting for Brentford.
Yeah, they got the new goalkeeper.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's my only concern with Raya, but it is a toss-up between Raya and Meslier for me. But Leeds' fixtures I've not really looked at, but they look really, really good.
But they're defensive wise, they're not that good. They're horrible. They're really bad.
Say that again.
Like Leeds defensively, they are not good.
That was
they
under.
Concede a lot. They concede a lot. Yeah, it's under Bielsa, I know.
Yeah.
But,
I think they're both equal, to be honest with you, Meslier and Raya. I don't think there's much. It's the same with Son and Salah. Really, there's not much of a difference between the two. Just a few goals in it, a few assists in it, maybe. But I mean, we were saying on a members video the other week that look, it's going to be all about combinations. At the end of the day, what combination of players is actually going to be bringing more of the points? Is it going to be the triple up of Robertson, Trent, Salah? Is it going to be Salah, Diaz, Trent, and all these other different combinations that you can come up with? But in your case, this 5-2-3, to hell with it, go for it.
Yeah, it's different. I like different. Obviously, I've not seen that many 5-2-3 formations out, and mainly because obviously the amount of points you can get from those midfielders over having the three attackers. But the team looks good. I mean, yeah, if I'm going to be picky, I wouldn't probably have a 5.5 striker starting, but you can't have them all. You can't have all the players that you want.
Exactly.
You've got to make sacrifices in areas, and I think that's allowed you to make a decent team all around. You've got a very strong defence there. Obviously, discounting Tomiyasu, and then you've got Salah as well, and Kane. Let's not say you've got Salah and Kane, two big premiums in your team. So, yeah, if you end up going with that, man, best of luck.
Yeah, one last thing before I leave.
Okay.
Did you watch Darwin Núñez today?
No, I was working. Sorry, I was in a meeting and I wasn't able to watch it.
He scored 4 goals, and I watched the game. He's like.
What position?
He's
is
one
he?
of the. He's a striker.
Where was he? Was he in the box or was he outside the box?
Yeah, in the box, central, inside the box, and he's so clinical.
What was the goals like he was scoring? Was he scoring tap-ins or was he skillful? Like I will watch the highlights later on.
The first goal, they got a penalty, and Salah gave it to him, so he can get his confidence, and he scored it. And then he scored 3 more goals within 22 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And he's so clinical. It looked like they were not easy goals,
Well, the thing
his finishing is on point. Like he's one of the. Like it's been a long time since I've seen a clinical finisher like him.
No one's going to be debating the quality of this particular player, but we don't know what.
Are we going to knee
like
jerk Steve? Are we knee jerking him in?
I've got more faith in Kane, and I can't stand him.
Wow.
But I know we can't like rate him.
I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch the highlights.
The problem is that he's like 9 mil. Where can I get the funds from?
Yeah,
Kane. Goodbye, Kane.
No, Kane.
No, it'll be Kane. It'll be Kane for him. It'll be Kane for Núñez. That's the only way you're going to do it.
And then I will remove Robertson.
Why?
Because I already have 3 from Liverpool.
No, I'd be getting. Oh yeah, sheesh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Dilemmas. You start thinking of other players. You can start taking your team apart. If we buy Robertson, and you'll be upgrading Undav before you know it, and then it'll be a completely different team. Be playing a 4-4-2. But no, I think that don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
What do you think? Darwin Núñez or Jesus?
No, I won't go for Núñez. No,
this is the thing. This is the thing about combinations. It's okay. You get rid of Jesus and you get rid of Robertson. Then you've got to ask yourself: does Núñez get more points than Robertson when Robertson is within reason guaranteed?
So Firmino was playing in that game then?
Yeah, he started. Firmino started. Núñez came on as a sub.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lewis. Oh, look at that. We've got a member train today. Thank you, Lewis.
But blimey. Has he become a member, has he? Wow. Hello, lads.
Hello. No, but I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to kind of. Like, if you're going to make those changes, you're going to have to make changes to your whole team. That's the thing, And then at that point,
I think I'm just like overthinking it.
We all do. We all overthink. That's the way we are in FPL. That's the problem. Overthinking is the problem. Like, how many times have you switched your team out and then been unhappy with it, and then switched out again, and then all of a sudden, if you just left it, you would have got mega points that week. It's just
almost every single time.
yeah. It's just Sod's law. It's like overthinking is your enemy in FPL. Like, you've got to be emotionless and just being like, right, I'm sticking with it, and just be patient. And you're not gonna get top points every week, but if you've got a good team that's gonna average you well, you'll be okay. And I think that team, it's got a lot of the heavy hitters that majority of people are going to have in, and you've got some differential. Well, you've got a differential. Well, no, two differentials, and your two differentials are Mahrez and Dav. They're your differentials.
Yeah, and arguably Tomiyasu.
Arguably, but I think he'll be owned by quite a few.
Yeah.
I was watching these highlights now. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you for having me. And
Pleasure.
Hopefully I'll be back soon. Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
you.
Best of luck.
There we are. There's Mamdu there. I think enough time for one more caller. I think I'd like to get Cage Paps on, because he's a huge supporter of the show. And
why on earth have I got? I'm watching the highlights. Liverpool Leipzig, and then halfway through, I've got some chickens laying eggs. Is that a troll? It's a troll, isn't it? It's a troll video. What's going on?
Hello, Cage Paps. This is
you hear me?
Yes.
No, mate. What's up?
Yeah, not too bad. I just wanted to get on for a call. See what you guys are saying. Have you come back at me? Maybe shut me down a bit.
Shoot you down.
Shut me down. I've put my team up, but I'm very much of the kind of anti-elite FPL, where everyone's like, don't be a sheep. Play your own game. I'm full template is how I'll start the season.
But you said in the members chat that you're going to be going with...
Well, I wouldn't say that's full template.
What? Kane, Jesus, Diaz, Salah, Cancelo, Tomiyasu, Trent and Raya.
Mahrez and Bailey, are they template, are they?
I didn't say them though, did I?
Well, Mahrez is a kind of... He's an 8 mil position. That's the kind of way I look at it right now.
Versatile price point, yeah.
Yeah, but I think of him as a City 8 mil.
Yeah.
Bailey should play at price point. That's what I'm going for. But it's pretty much template, and I will change it, and I will just make it maybe with 3 differentials.
I don't know if it's template. Like, you got Chilwell. I mean, I don't know what Chilwell's ownership is.
So it's Chilwell. Switch Chilwell for James.
Yeah.
Same price point.
Yeah. So you've gone same price point, but different players to what I would consider as mainly the template that I've seen. But then,
I prefer Chilwell, but I think
you
6 mil for Chelsea is template.
You are playing it safe. So what did you want to ask? Do you want to ask what am I doing wrong? Because
I've got
questions. Look like you're doing anything wrong. Doesn't look like you've got anything wrong.
Of course, I'm not doing anything wrong, Jason. Come on.
Hello there.
My question is, you guys are sort of hinting at that you're not going to do Salah. How realistic?
Hang on. I just want to say it's Steve-O's copying me because I'm the one that said I'm not doing Salah, and then all of a sudden he gets COVID. He gets COVID to the brain, and all of a sudden he then thinks, "Oh, I'm not going to go Salah," and then that's like copycat, isn't it?
Yeah. So is this just no Salah just to sort of drum up a bit of entertainment? Is it no Salah because
Steve-O will have Steve-O will have Salah game week 1. I guarantee it. He's a bottler. He's bottled.
I think you both will.
No. I don't care. I whatever. I'm not in it for the rank. I'm in it for fun. But Steve on the other hand, he's how serious. He lives, breathes, and he sweats FPL. So he's definitely gonna have Mohamed Salah in his team game week 1. 100%. He's a fraud.
So a question about premiums. So if we think of if it's going to be don't go Salah, you might go Son. Would you do 2 premiums from the same squad? Because we wouldn't. Yeah. Usually the guidance is don't double up your defense because if you lose one silly goal, you've lost 2 players. So would you do 2 premiums from the same side? So i.e. Son and Kane.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Well, how many people have done Robertson, Alexander-Arnold? I mean, they don't. I mean, you look at the attacking potential.
Yeah,
right?
But they're 200, around about 200 plus scoring players a year. They're kind of different breed.
But it's not all. Yeah, it's not always from clean sheets, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like always, you don't always get players in for their clean sheets. Like Reece James, for example, Chilwell. I mean, they've got a high attacking output. Also, you can count Reece James as kind of like a midfielder almost.
So if you didn't go for Salah, are you going for Son? And who is your forward?
If I didn't
would you do Son and Kane?
Yeah.
Because when they blank, they generally blank together.
I'm more in the.
I'm not having 2 Tottenham. No way. I would have 2 Tottenham attackers in my team. No way. One is enough.
But are you risking having? So if you don't go for Kane up front, are you doing Haaland to have the money there so you can move between them easily, or are you doing all the money in mid?
Well, you could save point. You've got the price point to switch Kane to Haaland, haven't you?
Yeah, if you take one of them.
Yeah.
So if you take Haaland, you've got the risk of it's Haaland. He's not known in the Prem. We don't know where he's going to play. He's got injury concerns. But if you go Kane to have the money there for him.
Hold on a minute. Yeah.
Hold on.
Haaland is a world-class player surrounded by world-class creative players. And I'm telling you this for free. Haaland is going to be phenomenal this season.
From game week 1.
And it
may not be initially from game week 1, but over a season he's going to get a lot of goals.
Yeah.
He's going to be getting his hat-trick against Bournemouth. Okay. With Kevin De Bruyne providing 3 assists and a goal. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be absolutely...
Is Kevin De Bruyne the most overlooked player in FPL?
Yeah, I think he is.
Well, he scored the other night, right? So I posted this in the members chat that do you go with KDB then? But do you risk
are you brave
doubling up City?
But the problem with you'll know this impression. But the problem is that what strikers can you bring in to balance out your squad if you're going KDB and Son as an example? There is nobody. So
Jesus?
It's easier. No, because you wouldn't be able to afford. In fact, I may just do it. And see what I could do if I had KDB instead of Haaland.
Well, you could do Mitrovic and you could do...
no.
Someone's got to say it.
Is it 2017 or whatever?
Got Tony there, 7.
Tony, Steve-O loves him, so I mean, could be a good option.
I wouldn't say I love him. It's just the fact that he's on penalties.
Steve-O is now a Brentford fan because of. Oh no, sorry, no, Steve-O, you're a Liverpool fan now, aren't you? Because your team are no longer in the Premier League. So when are you gonna get a Liverpool shirt, Steve-O? When are you gonna start wearing your bloody what's his name, Nunes shirt? How many more goals does he need to score before you go down to Sports Direct and place your order?
I've just put De Bruyne
with
in
little
my team.
Liverpool socks. He's got his Liverpool socks on now.
There is no way in hell that I'm doing a 5-4-1 formation and the only striker I could have is a 7 million or below. No chance. And that's with Kevin De Bruyne and Son in my team. Forget it.
So if you're saying Haaland, though, what are the must-have premiums for you? Haaland is there. You'd not.
It's Haaland, Son, and Salah. They're the three that are quote must-haves, I think. Followed by the likes of Kane, KDB. Yeah.
So are you going cheap at the back though?
Bruno Fernandes.
No. I've got 3 premiums in Robertson, Trent, and Cancelo, and I honestly think that Zinchenko is going to be a steal as a 5 million Arsenal asset. I think he's going to be an absolute steal in a team that likes to attack and create a lot for their front four. I think Zinchenko could be amazing.
What about Jesse Lingard? If he's 6 million,
can we get him off? Get him off.
It's not even.
Go on, I'm gone.
I've got a West Ham shirt. I have with his name on.
It's Nottingham Forest. I don't think Jesse Lingard goes to Nottingham Forest and does what he did at West Ham. Again, I'm not going to profess to be a Nottingham Forest expert, but
so you've picked your 3.
How much is Lingard? How much is Lingard?
He's not in the game yet.
Oh right.
So we don't know.
So what? So if Lingard's at 6 million.
I think at 6 million he's a potential because he's that just a bit more than Neto. But if he's 8 million, if he gets played alongside Saka, then he's a no-go.
Yeah. If it's 8 million is too much, I think.
But where Steve was saying he's got 3 premiums, is he actually putting those 3 premiums in his team, or is he just ranking them? How many premiums do you need to have?
I think you need 2. I think you need the 2 to cover the captaincy options, unless you're going to do a dread FPL and just
premiums you have in your team, the more like I like the fact that I think it was Dread. Was it Dread that said this, or someone else? On like, if you've got all these premiums in your team, you can only captain one of them. Are you getting the most?
Yeah, but
he said you can only captain one, so the others are doing nothing for you.
Yeah, and I kind of see the logic in that. And also, like, you've got a dilemma every week of who are you going to captain out of those 3 players every week.
Do you consider EO effective ownership, and then you go, well, I've got this player there just as a backup. It saves me losing lots of points, but I choose this player as my captain.
I look at it like Foden at City. Okay, he may not score as many as Haaland, but I think he'll score a decent amount for a cheaper price point. I look at Luis Diaz at Liverpool. Yeah, he may not score as many as Salah, but I think he'll get assists, and I think he'll do quite well at a cheaper price point. And that just means that if I do have one premium in my team, and I don't have Salah, and I don't have Haaland, and I have Kane, I can captain Kane knowing that he's the best shout as that premium, and I don't have to worry about making the wrong decision in my mind prior to the game week starting. That's how I look at it.
Where are you putting your premium money though? Mid or
defense?
Yeah, I would be having a star-studded defense, and
so I mean, if you had to make one free transfer, if you go, fear of missing out, I need to make a free transfer. Where do you have the money to move? One transfer, who can you move to? Could you say, I've fucked it up? I can't say that. Can you fudged it up? Can I quickly move to Salah? Or I fudged up my forward pick. Can I quickly move to Haaland or Kane? Have you played for that?
But what do you classify as I've messed up on not owning Salah?
And after how many game weeks as well? Like,
yeah.
So let's say you go 2 game weeks and they've been hauling, and you expected them not to do it because you obviously haven't put them in your squad, and you get the fear of missing out.
You're just chasing lost points at that point, aren't you?
Yeah, do you have the cojones, the whatever the polite word to say is, to not bring them in and say, well, I've got a free hit or I've got a wild card in this amount of time?
We're working on ifs and buts now, but...
Yeah, that's true, but because we get to watch the matches, we will be able to get a general understanding of, like, let's just say, for instance, Salah against Fulham gets what everybody seems to be thinking he's going to do, which is a hat-trick, and he looks on fire. And then the following day, Son just looks like his normal self. Where
the thing is, with Son or Kane, you're not going to be taking any of those assets out until, like, I mean, look at their fixtures: Southampton, Chelsea, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, West Ham. I mean, they got some.
Yeah, Son and Kane, right? But let's say you miss Haaland or Salah. They're the two sort of throwaways at the moment. Are you happy to miss them for?
Well, this is
multiple game weeks?
You've got to be like, you've got to come to peace with yourself and, like, say, right, this is my plan. I'm going to stick to it, because you're just essentially, when you're setting your team up for game week 1, you're not just setting your team up for game week 1, right? You're setting your team up until at least game week 4 onwards. You know, That's how you're setting your team up, and you've got to be happy with it and say, right, I'm sticking with this team for at least 4 game weeks. I need to see, how they're playing, and then I can change it around in my first wild card. And you could do an earlier wild card game week 4 if you want. But the thing is,
so Steve-O said his 2 premiums should be Salah and Son. Jason, what are your 2 premiums? If you go 2 premiums, what are the must-haves?
I'm likely not going to go 2 premiums, to be honest with you. But if I was going to go 2 premiums, it'll most likely be
because I can say what my point is.
Salah and Son, probably. Salah and Son.
Okay, so you're both going mid. So my question is that when you start to factor in free transfers, you don't have the money in forwards to do it in 1. So yes, we can say, okay, be wild card in game week 4, and that's awesome. I've posted in the members chat. I thought maybe I might go completely differential, knowing that I can easily wild card in 4, because everyone's going to wild card before game week 8 when the international break is, and then we have the forced wild card of the World Cup after game week 12. So it's potentially the time to take the risk is arguably now at the start of the season.
That's why I like. I mean, I'm not being funny, but this is why the team that I had up on screen wasn't as bad as what the chat was saying. Having players like Dalot in your team, yes, big risk, but he's been playing very well under Ten Hag, and also in pre-season, he's looking like it. Like, they are looking happier and looking more lively playing as a group. The biggest thing about Man United was always the fact that individually, yes, they're good players, but they just collectively didn't play well as a team. They are starting to show signs of playing very well as a team. Very fluid football. Martial, Dalot, Maddison, Mount, these players are at nice, attractive price points. And at the beginning of the season, yes, you want to... I can understand starting safe, and I can understand taking it steady, because you don't want to... You can lose the season essentially in the first few weeks, and you'll be playing catch up for the rest of it. But also, you're also looking at those players that are massively underpriced, and I do think that those prices are so nice.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about players that are cheap. I'm talking about at the moment I have Chilwell in my squad.
When I look at price rises, I think Martial 7 million.
Yeah, but no one trusts Martial, do they really? To actually play him first game week? Yeah, he did well, but I mean, it's like
Some people are.
West Ham lost heavily to Rangers, right? And most EPL fans will say that the Scottish League is a farmers' league. So do you then look at like what everyone in that squad is crap? Bowen was one of the biggest, thinking, oh yeah, he did great, but what's how much he put into it? Are you going to put him in your game week 1 squad? Because we didn't have him in last season, really.
Yeah, I might do.
Yeah, you might do because you're a United fan.
Well, I'm also a realist. Like we're not, like we were shit last season, and you know I also recognise what the problems were, and I don't think all the problems have been solved. I think anything but been solved, and I do apologise if the stream's playing up again. I think we'll need to probably call it in a minute, Steve-O, because I'm getting internet issues again.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I can still hear you, but yeah, the stream is button out.
But yeah, I appreciate the topic, but I mean, again, it all comes down to your risk tolerance, right? Your risk tolerance is what makes you an individual in this game, right? You may just be safe and just play the template and just maybe have one differential player, or you could just be like this and have a team full of differential players that are at lower price points.
So I found a question to you, Jason. If because you're an Age fan, after last season, you told us you're not going to listen to the Elite FPL community. You're not going to do the votes. Steve is completely losing it at the moment, but I'll carry on. Is a part of, are you going to completely change this team before?
Yeah.
How nailed down you are?
This is not my Game Week 1 team.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just sorry.
No, this is why that's the alternative FPL draft was the name of the stream, right? And that is what it is. It's an alternative.
Hit title.
1 second, mate.
And I can see Steve is just completely losing it.
Why is he losing it?
But the video, but I can't hear him.
Can you hear me, Cage Maps?
I can hear you, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, right, now I can hear you. Yeah.
The thing for me is that, yeah, the stream is just completely going in and out.
It should be okay now.
The thing for me is that I'm just going to be taking it pretty safe this year. That's the truth of the matter. I'm taking it as safe as possible.
Do you agree with me?
Safe as possible without Salah in your team.
Yeah, after all this, you're actually agreeing with me.
He's just going around in circles.
No.
Giving me
I think
sugar, and you agree with me.
Son and Salah, as I keep banging on about, are going to be within reason equal point scorers by the end of the year, give or take. And we don't have to own these players.
Getting around circles here.
These players will not be owned for the whole season if, like I keep banging on about, if Salah looks absolutely on fire against Fulham and at that point, it's like that the match Kevin De Bruyne was in. He looked in the highlights. He looked incredible, and that was just a.
Oh yeah, against the American team that doesn't have any Americans in it. But no, hold you're on. Going against it. Hang on, you're going against. That's not safe to play all your money into mids because if a forward does land it, Haaland or Kane, you need 2 transfers to make it.
But I've got them. I've got Haaland in my team.
I thought you said your safe was Salah and Son.
No, that's ideal world. But the problem is that
your safe squad is Haaland as the premium forward and Salah as the premium mid.
That's the safest, but I'm going with Haaland and Son.
Well, you say that, but you're changing like the British weather, mate. Like I don't know what's going. I think you are, because last time we did a stream, you were saying you're pretty much looking at me like I was an alien, saying that I was not having Salah in my team, and then the whole of the chat's going, he's bloody bullshitting.
I think you'll find that was the chat. I was in agreement with you.
No, but I don't believe that you're not going to have Salah game week 1. No way. I think you're playing mind games.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Or a game of chess. I reckon this is a game of chess from Steve-O, and he's just trying to throw me off. He's going to go 100% have Salah game week 1.
So that's what my original question was. What is the likelihood of either of you doing not Salah?
I'm about, in all seriousness, I'm looking at my team in front of me, this 5-3-2. And
you're not doing a 5-3-2.
Steve-O's just getting worried because I'm not having Salah. He wants to make sure that I don't rip away from him in the min league. So he's just trying to copy. That's what he's doing.
Steve-O's not playing a 5. I don't believe that for a second.
Oh, I will.
These
defenders are quality. It's just
what Tomiyasu.
Oh, they're quality, but you're not playing them.
Zinchenko. I won't say he's quality.
He will be when he goes to Arsenal.
His number of assists.
What the fuck? Like, everyone's going to be quality because they joined Arsenal. Oh yeah, Jesus is going to be quality. He's going to be world class because he's joined Arsenal.
Zinchenko with his assists. Zinchenko with his assists can be quality, but game week 1, not a chance.
Did you see the amount of chances that Jesus got at Man City? Like, there was probably no other striker. No, I'm just saying, like, going to Arsenal is not going to make him a better player.
Well, wait, it's mute point, right? Because Steve-O is not going to play Zinchenko. It's not happening.
If I get clarification that Zinchenko is 95% starting game week 1,
in.
It's Zinchenko for me. He is.
You're not playing Zinchenko. Nah. I'm willing to bet a pack of Frazzles and 10p that you do not play Zinchenko game week 1.
Admittedly, it's for Man City.
Right, he's gonna have a box. He's gonna have a box of donuts if he has Salah in his team game week 1. I'm telling you that.
When Zinchenko played for Man City, he was just bombing forward, trying to create as much as he can. We've already had people coming on the show telling us that when he plays, does he play for Ukraine? Doesn't he, or something like that?
Yeah.
He is one of the best players for their team.
He's great. He's great.
And then you dumping in the Arsenal team who love to attack. What do you think he's just going to do? Just sit back and do nothing? You know.
Well, it's Arteta. Does he play him in that position though?
Well, whatever position he gets played in is what we've got to look out for. But you'd like to think that he's going to be put in the position that he might play.
Let me put it this way. Do you remember when Doherty played for Wolves? And then remember when he went to Spurs?
Who's that, sorry?
Doherty.
Doherty, yes.
Yeah. He was awesome in Spurs. He was attacking player, got us assists, all these kind of stuff. When he went to Spurs, crap.
No, because he was put into a system he wasn't used to playing.
So we're talking about Zinchenko into a different team.
Yeah, but if he's put into a position which he doesn't play, then it's a case of, well, I don't want him. But if he plays...
So do you want Zinchenko in game week 1? Are you going to go game week 1 Zinchenko?
Yes. If I find out from Ben Dinnery that he's going to play, I think it's a bargain. 5 million.
He's a bargain if he plays and he gets FPL points, yeah. But that's not safe. You said you were going to go the safe option.
I'd rather Dallo over Zinchenko.
Oh, and that's now ridiculous level.
But you don't know what Man United are going to be like this year.
You don't know what Arsenal are going to be like this year.
You do. They're going to be exactly the same. Ball playing around the flaming box, trying to get it into their striker, whoever that'll be, whether it's Jesus or Nketiah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise they were free-flowing goal-scoring Arsenal.
Of course they are.
Do you not remember Arsenal's clean sheet record? As soon as Tierney got injured, they were terrible.
All of you Jesus owners are going to be absolutely fuming game week 1 because he's going to miss sitter after sitter if he plays.
But I couldn't give two stuffs about Jesus. I care about.
Well, he will because it'll be Zinchenko's the one that's going to be feeding it into him. So you will be bloody caring.
Well, we've all got Tomiyasu, right? That's the template.
Jesus is
he's not getting clean sheets.
Again, wasn't it their statistic that when Tomiyasu starts, actually that's when they perform better defensively?
Oh yeah, actually when the moons align, yeah.
Are you an Arsenal fan? By
me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But I've just said they're terrible. I'm saying don't go for him.
No. I'm just asking. Sorry. We've got a lot of Arsenal fans in the chat, it would seem. But yeah, it's been a great chat. Like, it really has. What was the actual question?
Is Steve-O completely mental? That's what it seems to be.
Yeah.
I feel a members video coming on.
No, I don't believe for a second he's going to go for Zinchenko. That's the one question. The second question is, I don't believe for a second either of you are going to go at Salah.
This team up on screen right now is my team. For me, that is probably my favourite. Okay, it's my
favourite team right now, but let's pretend we're in reality. That's not the team that's going to happen.
I'm more happy with that team than any team that I've done.
It's never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Well, when I'm ahead of you in the members league like last year, then we'll find out, won't we?
Oh, shots fired!
Oh God, here we go. Don't mock the afflicted. Jesus. Right, here we go. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's more entertaining. You guys going at each other or my FPL team?
Well, what we're agreeing is your team is terrible.
It's not terrible. Why is it terrible? Tell me why it's terrible. Like, they're all playing players. They've all got chances of goals and assists.
Is this his team up now?
Yeah. Well, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible team.
Well, Martial is not going to get you any points.
Not going to get me any points. None at all.
No. I mean,
based on the last seasons where we wasn't playing at United.
Appearance points. What's the deal with Ronaldo? Is he still with United, or what's the deal? What's the deal with him?
I don't know. They want to keep him, but he doesn't want to stay.
Final comments on me and Martial will depend on Ronaldo. Dalot. Might as well get. Nah, he's gone.
Don't like United then.
Do you like United?
I think Dalot. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to put my neck out on the line. United are going to surprise you this season.
I'll ask you a question then, James.
And Dalot at 4.5, bargain, with Sancho as well on the right. I think they're linking up beautifully. And I think he could be an absolute gem at 4.5. And Martial at 7 million, better than Jesus.
Do you think Dalot is possibly, in your opinion, one of the better 4.5 defenders to get?
Yes, I do.
Ahead of the likes of
Tomiyasu, yes, yeah.
Because I don't want to be going in with two Arsenal defenders.
Well, don't you be getting Dalot in, mate, because I want different players to you at the start of the season. I don't want you copying, all right?
Yeah, I wouldn't double up on Arsenal, but at the same time, Dalot is purely for clean sheets, right?
It'd be more for his attacking returns.
No, but he doesn't do attacking returns.
Cage, I mean, I'm going to say right now, like, let's get your team back up on the screen, because, you've obviously... You've got all the answers.
Yeah, I've got the answers, mate. You get that up.
Let's where we go. Let's have a look. I'll let you know how many of these players I would realistically have in my team for Game Week 1.
Bear in mind, this is the
No.
kind of template team, but I think it's
2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. 5 out of those 11 I'd have in my team.
If the game was to start tomorrow, I think I would be happy with
Bailey's not
that,
exactly
maybe minus 3 of them.
I would be saying that there's a chance that Bailey may get reduced minutes because they've got a stacked midfield. There's chance that Mahrez is going to get potentially reduced minutes.
Yeah, Mahrez is a switch.
Yeah, he's a switch, but you're still going to play him. Well, you're still starting him for Game Week 1, and it's not a definite that you'll start. But a lot of people think he will, and he might well do. But it's still.
I think he'll get more points than the lot.
Well, I'd hope so for the price difference, and the fact he's in Man City's attacking midfield. So I'd hope so. But yeah, I would say that Tomiyasu is not as good as Dalot. How would you respond to that? Same price point.
So I think Arsenal are likely to pick up more clean sheets early on than United, is where I currently am.
Yeah, but I think that Dalot could get more assists over the first half of the season than Tomiyasu.
I don't think he knows what end they're playing on
What?
to get assists.
Okay, well, that's entirely up to your opinion. I think that
I just don't think United
gonna...
defence is a way to go. I think if I'm going to risk it with United, I'm going to go more like maybe Rashford or Sancho.
Okay.
Or,
that's fair enough. No, it's fair enough. But my point is like Tomiyasu is a bit of a meh pick. You know, he might get the odd clean sheet.
It's a horrible pick. He's a horrible pick.
You know, but then you're ripping into me for having Dalot in my team, and
Tomiyasu's
same price.
Tomiyasu, he's template.
Yeah, which is, I would argue, like less of a, you're putting your money, your 4.5 to a less of a use by going template with him. Like
that's what I'm saying at the beginning. I came in saying I'm gonna go template.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a template. You've got risky picks in that team.
So you think Tomiyasu is not template?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like Mahrez and Bailey in your team are different.
Right, but you're asking me if Tomiyasu is a better pick than Dalot.
I'm not asking you if Tomiyasu is more of a template pick than Dalot. I'm asking you if he's a better
pick. You're asking me if he's a better pick, yeah.
Yeah. As a player for player, is he a better pick?
Yeah.
Why? Because the clean sheets, you're going to get more clean sheets.
Because if he blanks, it does less damage to my rank.
And is he a starter for sure? 100%.
Well, none of this team is 100%, but if I had to go live with this tomorrow, I'd be more comfortable with Tomiyasu than I would be Dalot.
Take note of that, Steve-O. Write in your little book.
Would you do you genuinely remove yourself from being a United fan? Do you genuinely think that United defense?
I genuinely think that I genuinely believe that Dalot is a much better FPL asset than Tomiyasu at 4.5. I genuinely believe that.
I believe he could be, but when we're talking
I
FPL,
believe he is. I watching both of them play, I definitely think he's a better FPL asset. He wasn't, and I think he's going to get the minutes under Ten Hag. If he gets the minutes with Sanchez on the right hand side, I think he's going to be in. I think he's going to be on the radar in a lot of FPL teams in their first wildcard.
What's wrong with Wan-Bissaka?
He's out of favour. He doesn't give the attacking threat that Dalot gives and provides. Dalot is a pretty all-round player. He's good at the back. He's good at defender, and he's a brilliant crosser of the ball. And he's got a good attacking brain. And I would say that Dalot for me is a start. He's first team.
Wan-Bissaka is a great player though. Do you think
he's a great defender? He's a great defender. Yeah, but he's got no attacking output.
Here's a question for you two guys that are England fans.
Do
you think we're gonna? It's not been bad. Do you think we're gonna see a marked improvement or an aggressiveness from certain players prior to the World Cup trying to get into
like
that
Harry Maguire?
Well, he could just not be as Harry Maguire, and he's still gonna be improvement, right? But are these England players, maybe Lingard coming in somewhere, maybe all these Sancho,
it's a consideration.
Are they gonna step the game up?
Yeah, it's a consideration. Yeah, 100%. Of course they're gonna want to impress. You guys still there? You went on quiet. Yeah, of course they're gonna want to impress, and likes of Kane, and the drought that that he has this the start of the season. I would say that the likes of Kane, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, all these players, all the England players are going to be fired up. Of course, they're going to be fired up. And they're going to be
Kane versus Haaland when he's fired up. Does that factor in?
Yes. Yeah. But when you've got Son as an alternative to Kane,
let's just put it this way. For me,
we're going back round into the original discussion.
What I was saying on Kane is that if for argument's sake against Southampton he gets a goal and assist, you'd expect that. But if Haaland just gets an assist, but he looks like I'm enjoying playing in this team, I'd be more happy with Haaland, because you know that Man City can score a shed load of goals and then they got Bournemouth next. Whereas you know what Harry Kane can bring, which is pretty much meh. He's a top quality striker, but he's got Son with him, his best mate, where he's just predominantly going to be assisting all the time. Because I have a feeling that Kane's just going to continue playing this deep lying midfield role. He may push on a bit more, but the way Tottenham were playing last year, it seemed to fit brilliantly. Kane playing deeper with what's his face, Kulusevski and Son pushing more further forward. I can't see why Conte is going to change that. There's no need for it. Whereas Haaland, you know, he's just going to be stuck in that box, and with Foden, Grealish, Mahrez all providing the De Bruyne all providing these opportunities for him to score, I really do think that I'd be having Haaland over Kane. But again, it's all based on what we see from this guy against West Ham.
Yeah, but we've had, like, Haaland's had injury concerns. He's not played in the Premier League.
I wouldn't worry about not playing in the Premier League, but the injury stuff, you know, this is why we listen to Ben Dinnery. This is why we listen
to... Is it really not a concern that he's not... Because I know, like, Bundesliga players have not historically done well, and some people say that, well...
Yeah, he's not sure... He's not...
Hold on. Yeah, but look what he's done for Norway. You know, he's like their top scorer. Yeah, exactly.
No, but the thing is, right, the balance of probabilities are that he's going to be coming into that team, you know, coming off a pre-season of gelling with that group, that he's going to have so many chances to put the ball in the back of that net. You just know he is.
Cage, you're into your psychology. You write a lot about in the members stuff. When I watch the Man City YouTube videos of, like, we welcome Haaland and training, he's got a smile on his face. He looks happy.
Dad played there. His dad's there as well. You know,
he doesn't look like, for instance, you know, when I watch the Burnley ones now, when Burnley are now all of a sudden uploading these videos on YouTube.
Doesn't look like Ronaldo.
You look at Cornet and he's just like this miserable, like, oh, God, what am I doing here? Like, just go, get out of here. But Haaland, he looks on it. He looks like, you know what? I'm happy to be here. This is.
Yeah.
I mean, the best example is Lukaku, right? He showed what he could do in a European league, and he showed what he could do here in the Premier League under a different shirt than Chelsea. But then he's really nothing much. But then, did it come down to Tuchel playing him poorly?
I think.
And are we saying that Haaland? What's Pep going to do? Is Pep really going to say, "You're Haaland, I'm just going to play you in this position. Here you go. Here's the ball," which I think is what will happen with Jesus at Arsenal.
No,
but are they really going to do it at City where they don't need to?
I think that, you know, again, I'm no expert on Barcelona, but maybe he could be used similarly to maybe Etu. Back in the day when he had, was it Messi, Etu, and whoever it was up front, the front three. Who the hell was it? Help me out here. It was Messi, Etu, and Henry. Something like that.
Henry was...
I know City don't quite play to that, but they've got that front man, and Haaland. He's a freak of nature, and everything will be going through him. Kevin De Bruyne will be trying to pick him out, and I saw. Again, I know it's only highlight packages, but the way Haaland plays fits perfectly for City.
But does every team target Haaland then? Are they saying, like, you're obviously the superstar? Every time you play, we're going to put 2 or 3 guys.
I don't think you can do that with City. I don't think you can do this with world-class players. You can't just go knock him out the game.
You can't do it, and we'll see it fail. But FPL-wise,
well, this is what we can judge. We can't say anything until the game when it all kicks off.
By the way, guys, subscribe to the stream if you're enjoying it. Obviously, this.
Yeah. Don't vote for me. Don't like if you hate me, give it a like. But another question is, Bundesliga wise, did any of you two have either Havertz or Werner in your team when they first joined?
Oh,
No?
Werner, I did.
I had them both.
I didn't get Havertz, but I fell into the Werner trap.
Thank you, Niraj. It was Henry, Messi, and Eto'o.
And Werner said, "I've never seen such big defenders," or something like that. His first Premier League game.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. No, I agree. I mean, it's a big if. Like, it's a big if on like players coming into the Premier League, what they're going to be like in their first season. But I mean, you can't ignore that Haaland, the player he is, going to City, the team that they are. It's scary not having him in your team.
Yeah, that's the fear of missing out, right? That's why I say with Salah, if you don't go with Salah, or if you don't go with Haaland, and then he does haul, do you just plow on and say, I don't take them in? Or do you go, I at least have the ability to move to that player quickly? So by both your guys saying you're going to take 2 premium mids in?
Well, no, I'm actually going to probably go with 1 premium, to be honest. But I said at a push, if I had to go to, it would be Son and Salah. But as likelihood, I would not do that. But I still would have the issue of trying to get in.
You don't have the money. Yeah, you don't have the money in.
Yeah, but but again, it goes back to what I said about an hour ago when we first talked about this. Is I said that I'm preparing my mindset for the first 4 weeks to go without key players that I know there's a risk that's going to hurt my rank if they bang. I'm preparing my mindset. I'm not going to go and suddenly panic after game week 1 and do a minus 16 like years ago, which I would have done to get in, players that I've unfortunately missed out on the points. So again, this is a crucial part of the planning and preparation of game week 1, that you set your mindset that is my team. I'm sticking with it at least for 4 game weeks minimum. And plan your transfers accordingly, but don't think for 1 minute that you can just chop and change between premiums from midfield into strikers, because that just doesn't work without taking hits. And as long as you've got that in your head, you're fine. That's how you play the game.
But do you have it in your head?
Yeah.
It's in your head, but when it actually starts to play out...
But the thing is, I don't care about taking risks. So if I think that taking a -8, a -12 will get me more points over the consecutive weeks, then I'm going to do it. Like, there could be like extraordinary circumstances that may happen, like injuries, for example, fluke injuries, freak injuries to players, that I wouldn't expect, or benchings of players that I wouldn't expect to be benched could force me to do things like that. But essentially,
so that's a bit different, right? If you're saying I'm happy to take a -12. Well, then, yeah, sure. It makes them... Doesn't matter what decision you make now, right?
Well, no. I'm not... I'm happy... Like, I said only under extraordinary circumstances. Like, I wouldn't do it unless I was forced into doing it. I wouldn't just do it just because I'm having a bit of fun.
So if Haaland gets a hat-trick in his first game...
Yeah, I don't own him. And I've missed those points.
So do you go... I need to get him in, and now I'm going to take a -8.
No, because that's how that's people that are point chasing, right? They're chasing last week's points, and they bring him in, and they blank, and then they get angry, and then they get angry, and then they kick off when they blank the next game, or they get nothing, other than.
But you've got to think, how do these players look on the pitch when, for instance, if we take that scenario, Haaland does score a hat-trick against West Ham, but Kane does nothing against Southampton other than an assist.
These are premium players, though. We expect them to get points. As Harbour Boy said,
yes,
they're premium because we expect them to get points. So if we don't bring them in, we have to live with this decision not bring them in.
But that's why I make that point about Kane should have been classified as a midfielder and Son should have been classified as a forward, and then made Kane 11 million midfielder and Son an 11.5, 12 million forward.
They would never make Kane a midfielder. Why the freaking hell would they put Kane in midfield?
Because he all he did was play. Every time I watched Tottenham, he played predominantly in the centre of that park, while Son was just basically in the box.
Because all season, Steve-O hated Kane and called him a CDM. Every game week, Steve-O hated him, called him a CDM. That's why he's saying he should be a mid.
Yeah.
Is he in your team, Steve?
No, it's Haaland.
Yeah, I know. But guys, in all seriousness, we need to wrap up. We've been going on for quite a bit now, and I've got designs that I need to make. But I've enjoyed the conversation.
Can I just interject? Sorry, just quickly. I just want to read this out from Simic, saying that Haaland's last 2 seasons, he only played 1,900 minutes and 2,400 minutes for Dortmund. Now
he was injured a lot.
Yeah, he didn't say this, but remember he scored about 300 goals. Salah, the last 2 seasons, played pretty much nearly 1,000
Salah
more
had the
minutes.
AFCON.
No, hold on a minute. He played nearly 1,000 more minutes than Haaland, and on each occasion. And again, he's another one which scored God knows how many goals. So could you imagine what Haaland's going to be like if he played the same amount of minutes as Salah? It's frightening to think
he can
about.
stay fit, and if he doesn't have to worry about Champions League and blah 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 blah, yeah. So I guess we have to think of it as we can easily wildcard within the first 8 game weeks.
Yes.
So who's going to give us that return there? Jason is about to smash his head off the wall, so I think it's probably time. But that's the whole point of FPL, right? It's like, who's going to give us this?
Well,
I mean, I'll just go and get my crystal ball out. Hang on one moment. Oh, Anthony Martial. Right, on that note, I think I will say thank you for the debate. It's been great, and I love the fact that everyone's got different views and opinions, even especially the chat. And who knows? You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I might just have 2 United assets come game week 1, just to piss you guys off.
Cheers, Cage Patch. You've been a long member. We appreciate it. Thank you. Come on again.
Thank you. And you make some good points, to be honest with you. It's about versatility. It's all about mindset. It's all about sticking to your plans. Don't freak out if one game week doesn't go your way. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it. And Steve-O, any final closing remarks? Please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, get on Twitter, subscribe, get on Discord. Elite FPL and Discord, the link is just up there in the middle of the screen. That way, there you go.
I have to say that was probably...
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing with Firetog. That was a brilliant stream. That's probably one of the best streams we've done for a very long time together, and with Cage Paps in this case. I thought that was an excellent phone call. And
don't get that on other YouTube channels, do you?
And it's going to be a case of, look,
don't get Martial talked about. Don't get Daylot, and who else was it we were talking about? Undav. I don't know. Actually, do they talk about Undav? I don't know if they do.
Yes, that was Mamdu.
Yeah, there we go. So something different.
It's going to be fascinating.
It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year, and I'm looking forward to reclaiming that top spot from Steve-O again, because he shouldn't have won it last year. I think I had COVID. See you later, guys. Wave, Steve-O, go for it.
Goodbye.
Wave, everybody.
Goodbye.
Chat. Goodbye. Oh yeah, press the like button before we go off. Yeah. Otherwise,
But you know what the trendy thing now is from YouTubers?
What do we do?
They say it right at the beginning. They go, before you continue watching, help me out by hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure you hit that notification button. Get stuffed.
No, can we just be sarcastic? Can we do a sarcastic version of that?
I'll be more than happy.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this FPL YouTube channel. You guys rock. I look forward to seeing all of your drafts and going through them one by one and telling you you're going to win FPL. Hit that like button. See you later, guys.